Welcome back to another episode of For the Culture Soccer Show. I'm your host, TK on the ones and twos, and this is T with TK. So, we've been talking all things Club World Cup and, of course, soccer in America! So, we have the semifinals now. We're finally here, and we just want to shout out all the teams that have made it this far. They are earning a bag, y'all. FIFA has handed out 75 million euros to each team for getting into the semifinals. So we have PSG versus Real Madrid on one side of the bracket, and then there's Chelsea versus Fluminense on the other side of the bracket. That matchup is happening today before the time of recording, so we're going to touch on that a little bit later on in the episode. Then we have PSG versus Real Madrid taking place tomorrow around 3 o'clock for the kickoff time. So let's talk about FIFA real quick before we get into the Chelsea Fluminense match. All right, FIFA is really going the extra step for us guys here, and I just want to remind everyone, get out to these matches, see them while you can. This is kind of an unprecedented time of access where you can see a Brazilian club, an English club, a French club, a Spanish club, all within the realm of 4 or 5 days for maybe $700, maybe, probably less, $5 to $700, maybe we'll just say $1,000. You can see all 4 of those teams in the span of 5 days, which is crazy access. It's definitely going to cost you more to go to Brazil, England, Spain, or France for any of those independent things. So get out there, support footy in America, support the Club World Cup. Shout out to FIFA for making it happen. Also, a nice little addition to the tournament for the remainder matches. We have the legendary Let's Get Ready to Rumble! Michael Buffett is going to be starting off the matches before kickoff with his legendary voice and that trademarked announcement that I just made. So please don't come after us. Please. I know it's trademarked. Please don't come after us. But also, like, FIFA dropping another bag. This guy's not cheap. Not at all. Like, I think the trademark's worth like 100,000 to 25,000 every time he says it. So FIFA's dropping mad bags, y'all. FIFA, don't forget about us. For the Culture Podcast, Atlanta, Georgia. Hit us up. Let's talk later after we cut. All right, man. Here's another thing FIFA's done. They've teamed up with Trump, and they now have an office space at Trump Towers. So if you are in New York, the New Jersey area, the major metropolitan area there, around MetLife Stadium, which is actually in Jersey, you can go to the Trump Towers and see the Club World Cup trophy. They have it on display, so that's kind of cool if you're into, like taking pictures with the trophy and stuff. But you might be putting a little bit of money in Trump's pocket because him and Infantino are pals apparently now. And as in the words of Grego, the symbiote and the host have united, and the symbiote doesn't typically like to let go of their host once they have conjoined together and become one. So we'll see how long the breakup takes. It might be a situation like Elon and Trump where it just takes a little bit of while, a little bit of time for all that to kind of disintegrate. My bet is maybe 1 to 3 months, like a quarter after the World Cup 26 is over, we have FIFA moving out. So that's just something else that FIFA has done for us. Now, one of the other additions they've added for the tournament that will effectively be accompanying Mr. Buffett alongside for both the semifinal matches and the final is Adidas is the the tournament sponsor for the ball. And they've released a new version of the Club World Cup ball. So this one is kind of blue, purple, purpley, if you will. And it's got some stars on it, some like swirls and things of that nature. Check it out, guys. There's a picture. We'll get the picture up here somewhere. But it's a new ball, so we've got lots of new toys with FIFA. But I do want to bring up one thing I thought was kind of very coincidental. Was FIFA has dropped their anti-discrimination campaign along with their anti-racism campaign. The timing mighty convenient. So who knows what other deals FIFA's got in the works, but let's all just wait and see. Things are coming down the pipeline, apparently. All right, and a couple of other things happening in America, along with the Club World Cup, is MLS. There's matches still happening. So for our MLS followers, those who haven't been disrupted with the Club World Cup and Gold Cup matches due to the stadium occupation, they are still playing matches, so you can go catch some of your MLS if you need to get some of that soccer that, you know, and you're just don't want to do Club World Cup. We get it. There's options. Other options available is the Gold Cup. We had the final recently between Mexico and the United States. Guess who won that one? It was a repeat of last year's or of the last Gold Cup final, and it was also a repeat of the same winner. Mexico taking the cake and defeating the United States again 2-1 in the Gold Cup. So Poch, you've got to do better. Mexico has our number effectively. But other things happening in America is the New York Jets owner, I believe his name is Woody Johnson. Woody Johnson has bought 43% stake in English Premier League team Crystal Palace. So this equates to about $254 million invested into the club, and we're going to see what exactly happens with Crystal Palace, because I checked, the Jets owners, or excuse me, the Jets fans don't really have a great opinion of their owner, and apparently when he took over, he said he wasn't going to be involved with the operations. Guess what? Eventually he became involved with the operations, and apparently the Jets suck. This is peer review. I didn't look that up on the internet. But I wonder if the same thing could potentially happen for Crystal Palace. It's going to take a couple of years for this money to kind of infiltrate into the club. I highly doubt that they splash that cash very quickly, but we shall see if Crystal Palace end up as still a kind of mid-table team, or if they climb up the table, or if they slide down and end up in a relegation spot, or potentially getting relegated into the championship. So we'll see the effect that Mr. Johnson has with his influx of cash. So other things happening on that side of the pond is the Women's Euro 25 in Switzerland. Guys, we are currently in the group stages, and again, if you need some footy to watch, this stuff is coming on. The group stages in the middle of the day around lunch, 3 o'clock. You can catch some really, really great matches, high quality content here, okay? We have Spain blasting 6 goals past Belgium, effectively eliminating them from the tournament now that they've lost twice in the group stage. And then you've got probably also the goal of the tournament, at least up till now, from Pina, just straight banger from right outside the 18-yard box. Man, side netting, top bins, mwah, chef kiss. Check this tournament out, you guys. Really, really good quality matches. England lost to France. They're the current holders of the European title for the women, and they've lost to France. And then their next match is against the Netherlands, who is currently top of the group. So that's the group of death, along with Wales, which they've not won a match either. But this is going to be really, really good TV. So I implore you guys, make sure you're catching these group stage matches. They'll be happening all the way this week, throughout the week, in conjunction with the Club World Cup. So I think it's on Fox or one of the other channels, networks. So catch it out, check it out. I implore it. It's good stuff. Now, Club World Cup, guys. We are in the semifinal, and we have Chelsea versus Fluminense. We have some really interesting connections here because we've got João Pedro, recent signing from Brighton, starting for Chelsea in his first match. This man goes on to put on a show. When I tell you a show, when I tell you a show, I mean a show. Now, Fluminense is his boy old club. There's a little story there where he has to move to play for them, and it's all beautiful and poetic. But point is, this man scores a goal in the first half outside of the box, and it's very similar to the Pina goal for Spain. So I implore you, check out both these goals outside of the box, top bins, side netting, chef kiss. Goalkeeper could do absolutely nothing to stop that ball from going in. So we have Chelsea up at the first half, and then we get into the second half, and another goal goes in from none other than João Pedro. This man takes the ball inside the box and just buries it. I implore you guys, check out the highlights if you can't watch a full replay. Chelsea versus Fluminense, great match. Fluminense, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful opponents. But as a Blue, you know who I was rooting for from the get-go. So we have Chelsea in the final, and I just want to make a note. This is nice to see. Chelsea, we were getting a lot of hate earlier on, and now we have a team, arguably the youngest team in the Premier League, arguably the youngest team in this competition, if not factually, into the final. And you can hate me now, but I won't stop now, because I can't stop. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that's all we got for Club World Cup. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Lastly, before we wrap this up, we have some stats from Opta. So if you guys don't know, Opta, man, they drop stats like nobody's business. They crunch the numbers, they do all the analytics for you, and they give us really, really good data about the players, about the teams, percentages, and numbers. So here's who they picked to win the Club World Cup. At fourth place, at 2.7%, we have Fluminense. At third place, at 24.7%, Real Madrid. Second place, ranking at 33.3%, Chelsea. And that's the golden ratio, by the way. So if you know, you know. And then coming in at 39.3% to win the Club World Cup based on the stats from Opta is Paris Saint-Germain. They were also my pick for the knockout rounds. You can find that here, or I'll put it in the link somewhere. But my money was always on PSG. If we have PSG Chelsea in the final, I guess I win either way, right? So we'll see how it all works. We want to give a shout out, guys. We got an upcoming event in Madison, Wisconsin for the Henny Derby. All right, this is going to be for a USL matchup between Forward Madison and Richmond Kickers. So we'll be there supporting with Walkin' 90, our homeboys, Yogi, shout out Ebony. It's going to be a really, really great time. Shout out Kyle and April up there in Madison, representing the Featherstone Flamingos. So we're really, really excited. Hell, I'm rocking with the Flamingos. You see, we got the Flamingo here. Like we really are about that life. So catch us in Madison. If you guys are in the area, September 13th, make sure you come out to Bree Stephen Field, tailgate with us, drink some Hennessy with us. We're going to be having a great time, and we'll be putting some content out on that once it's all done. Last but not least, want to shout out to the Culture Shop. All right, guys, we are getting very, very, very good at removing your logos from your jerseys. We can take a logo off the front, the side, the back. So if you've got an old kit from 2012, maybe from 2002 or 2020, doesn't matter. We can take the logo off. If it's starting to peel, we can repair. We'll take that logo off and put a new one to match the same league style and the font from whatever era the rest of the kit goes with. Let us know what you want. We want to make your kit look the way that you want it to look and make that dream come true. So check out ftcutd.com/shop. That's going to wrap up our episode for today. This has been T with TK from the entire Cultureverse. This is FTC UTD. Peace and love. And we out.